Hey everyone, today we are just going to explore a very important topic. Just wait, let me share my PPT also so that you all can see that how exactly all the things are executing, right? I hope that it's visible clearly. Right, yes, today I am going to talk about a very important and interesting topic, which is that breaking the cycle of self doubt, a transformative journey from inner criticism to authentic confidence and self belief. Dear all, let's start. And once again, very good evening, everyone, amazing teachers. Thank you for being here today. We are going to explore a topic that affects okay, that affects every one of us, even the most talented and experienced educators, and that is self doubt, right? As teachers, we spend most our time empowering students, encouraging them and reminding them of their strength. But very few of us give that same encouragement to ourselves, right? Today, we are not just doing a session, we are not just going to attend a session, we are starting a journey of reclaiming the confidence, the inner strength, and the self belief that somewhere got buried under responsibilities, expectations, overthinking, and comparisons. By the end of the session, I want you to walk out with a renewed sense of power. Right? Yes, now move on the next one. What is self doubt? Most of the times, we used to say that, there is a one doubt. I have one doubt. Most of the student, they used to say, they used to raise their hand and they used to say, I have one doubt. Like this, right? So self doubt is not about something that screams at us. It doesn't always appear dramatically. No, it doesn't appear like this. It shows up quietly in the background, especially when we are about to take a step forward. It's the voice that says, are you sure? Every time. I am not saying that, it's only runs in terms of background of your thinking. No, it's always used to say by your mind. It's always used to talk by your mind. It used to say, are you sure? Would you be able to do? Would you be able to contribute? Always it used to say. So I think exactly there is a issue. Right? Exactly there is a issue. Yes, dear, that's why today I thought to talk about this. Right? And yes, it's the voice of self doubt, has roots in childhood experiences, harsh comments, comparisons, academic failures, or situations where we didn't feel supported. Right? Today, we are going to recognize this voice so we can take back control from it. Right? How self doubt manifests? Hesitation before taking action on opportunities. Exactly. Paralyzing fear of failure. Yes, most of the times, we used to feel too much fear. Which kind of fear? That can be of related to the fear of failure and whatever. Right? Judgment. Most of the times, is suppose that we are perfect to do any kind of work. And yes, while we are going to do any kind of work, we used to think that are you sure? Would you be able to deliver effectively? What if you did any kind of mistake? What the audience will think? This kind of things we used to think in our background, not in front. We used to think in a background. It's the internal, most internal thinking of your mind, of yours, right? Constant comparison with others' success. Most of the times, we used to compare our skills with the others, but It's a common process. We used to compare in order to learn. Okay, it's fine. But still, you can still think that like this, we used to keep doubt on ourselves. What? That if the X person is able to do, then why am I not? And then we used to create a doubt on ourselves, which is known as self doubt. That, yes, how can I think I am not eligible to do? I am not able to do. I think I am not a right person to. Like this, we used to think, we used to say, we used to thought, right? Overthinking decisions until opportunities pass. Most of the times, we used to think over. We always apply the process of overthinking. Most of the students are facing this kind of problem at the night time, right? What is that overthinking? They used to think, most of the teenagers, they used to think that there is a dark spot below their eyes. What about their hairs? What about their marks, numbers, mark sheet, and all the academic things? They used to think. So what is this? It's known as overthinking, and somewhere it's also kind of self-doubt which used to run in the background thinking. Move on next. The inner critics, a real story. In this story, you can catch up that how self-doubt shows up. Right. So self-doubt doesn't look the same for everyone, but here are some very common signs. You hesitate before taking a good action or a good opportunity, right? You overthink small decisions. You worry more about what will people say. You compare your success with others instead of acknowledging your own journey. Or you feel like a fraud even when you are doing well. That's called imposter syndrome, right? Teachers especially face self doubt because you are constantly evaluated by students, parents, colleagues, colleges, management, even yourself also. Teachers used to face the problem of self doubt most of the time. So I want you to just reflect for a moment. Where does self doubt shows up in your teaching life? You can still comment on this. This reflection is the starting point of freedom. Yes, exactly. This reflection is the starting point of your freedom. Your freedom. The inner critic grip, a real story I was discussing. Sorry for that. Let me share a very real and emotional story. There was a highly talented professional who was we can say that, yes, admired by everyone around them. On the outside, everything looked perfect, success and recognition, respect, but inside they were fighting a deep battle with self-doubt, a battle that we may say eventually led to addiction. Even when they recovered, even after becoming stable, that inner critic was still there, right? It kept whispering, you are not good enough, you don't deserve this, you will fail again, like this, so many kind of sentences was going on in the mind. This is exactly how self-doubt works. It doesn't care about your achievement, it only cares about keeping you small. But everything changed the day they decided to face the in that inner critic, take help, and choose healing over hiding. There is also a song, very motivational song I used to sing also some of the time. Not a song, it's a line. Take steps, believe forever. Like this, it's a line, my favorite line. Okay, so the biggest lesson from this story is self doubt is universal. You are not alone, and healing begins the moment you stop running from it and decide to confront it. Yes, it's a common for everyone. It's not only for the teachers or the professionals and all. It's for everyone. But it's an art to handle such kind of situation. It's an art. I'm not saying that it's not an art or something like that. Yes, exactly. It's an art to how we are managing that particular situation. Okay. Self doubt loop. Why we get stuck? So, no, self doubt works in a cycle, a loop that repeats again and again. What is the meaning of loop? Loop always have only a one meaning. that we are repeating any kind of step, any kind of process again and again, right? So, yes, first you feel inspired to take action, then fear steps in and says, what if it goes wrong? We, most of the time, we used to think about the reals. We used to care about the real results. But why there is a need to take care of the results? If we have a skill, we have knowledge, then why will we not be able to deliver a good presentation, a speech, and deliver a good uh, work? Why? Definitely, we will get a good result. But for that, we need to do hard work. We need to take actions, right? So you avoid it, you delay, postpone, or hide. Then you regret it later, saying, I should have done it. And that regret becomes more fuel for the inner critic. This loop becomes stronger with time if we don't break it. Many teachers tell me they want to try a new strategy, apply for a leadership role, start a project, or share ideas. Okay, but this loop traps. At the end, this loop traps them, right? So today we are going to break this loop from the root, right? The four step framework. How we will break the cycle? Because in the thrice of previous slides, we were discussing that how we will break that cycle or loop. So this four step framework is a simple but extremely powerful. First one is that get clear. Clarity destroys confusion. When you know exactly what you want and why you want it, fear loses half its power. Write down your why, it becomes your anchor. Exactly. Identify barriers. What are the barriers? First, you need to identify and ask yourself honestly, what exactly is stopping me? Is it fear of failure, fear of judgment, a past experience? When you name your fear, you separate yourself from it. Face consequences. Sometimes we focus on much on the fear of taking action that we forgot to think about the consequences of not taking action. Ask yourself, if I don't do this, what will I miss? How will I feel 6 months later? Yes, we used to feel most of the time the things whichever is going to run in the future, and we used to say that we need to focus on present. But in reality, we don't. Sometimes we don't. So yes, what I believe that what I used to think that if we are not focusing on ourselves in the present, if we are focusing in only future, so why can't we think in such a way? How will I look like in after 6 months? Like this, we can think and we can take actions and we can get succeed very easily. Okay, take small steps. Small steps create big change. Confidence is not built by doing one big thing. It's built by doing many small things repeatedly. Every step tells your brain, I can't do this, and slowly self-confidence becomes your new default. Right? Understanding self-sabotage, the hidden enemy. It happens when a part of your mind tries to protect you from failure, but actually ends up stopping your growth. It shows up as, giving up before even trying, setting impossible standards, technique, telling yourself this is not good enough, expecting perfection every time, or believing negative thoughts without questioning them. It happens. Many teachers, themselves by thinking if it's not perfect, I shouldn't share it. But growth comes through action, not through perfection. Yes, when you will be perfect, when you can become perfect, when you will take action. So, dear all, please try to focus on your actions, not on results. I mean to say perfection, right? Power of neuroplasticity, rewiring your brain, right? Just like rewiring. Let me show. Rewiring your brain. So, here is the most powerful scientific fact. Self doubt is not permanent, it's not your personality. It's simply a habit, a mental pattern, and that's all. Simple. And because of neuroplasticity, your brain can create new thought patterns at any age. Every time you take action despite fear, you build a new neural pathway. Your brain literally rewires itself. Old patterns weaken, new patterns strengthen. That's how confidence becomes neutral, right? The science of change. Science of change. right? Science clearly shows that small, consistent actions create permanent change. Not motivation, not positive thinking alone, but repetition. Just like we train muscles at the gym, we can train the brain to become more confident. When you track your progress and celebrate small wins, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine, right? It's very familiar term known as dopamine, right? Which reinforces new behavior pattern. That's why celebrating small steps is not childish, it's neurological training. Practical tools, whenever we are going to talk about practical tools, okay, so let's talk about some simple practical tools you can start with. Challenge the inner critic. Yes, whenever a negative thought appears, ask, is this a fact or just fear? Second thing you can say, would I speak a friend like this? Journaling, yes, it's exactly a very nice idea. Journaling, write down your doubts and then write evidence against them, right? You will see that the most thoughts are exaggerated. Support network, surround yourself with people who uplift you. Teachers need teachers too. Sharing reduces shame and builds confidence, right? Most of the time, we also used to say that sharing is caring. It seriously works seriously and similarly works like this. Mindfulness. Now we are going to talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness, just 5 minutes of conscious breathing every day helps you observe your thought without being controlled by them. It builds emotional strength. Signs you are breaking free. You will know, you are breaking the cycle of what? Self doubt. When you notice these shifts, you hesitate less and act faster. You speak to yourself with more kindness. You take action even when things are not perfect. You start celebrating even small victories. These are signs of inner growth and they matter more than external validation, right? Your journey, so dear teachers, your journey starts now. Embrace your power. The truth about self doubt and your first step. Okay, so let's end with a powerful reminder. Self doubt is learned, and anything learned can be unlearned, right? Your confidence is not lost, it's simply buried under layers of fear, comparison, and expectations, dear all. Right now, I want you to take one small step. Think of one area where you doubt yourself. Write down one tiny action you can take within 24 hours. Commit to doing it not perfectly but sincerely. I am not saying that you will do everything perfectly, but if you do everything sincerely, one day will come, dear teachers, one day will come when you will get perfect in that particular work. Please believe on it. So, gentle reminder for everyone, every small step is a victory, and you are not your doubts. You are the person who rises despite them. So, yes, thanks a lot, everyone. And now, I just would like to say that it's not only about that to doubt on yourself. I will always say that doubt is only doubt, and we all are the humans, we all always have a doubt. So don't think that there is a doubt and there is a doubt and all. And in the description link, I have provided my certificate, the link of the certificate, so that you can download, and certificate will be countable for the 1 hour of your continuous professional development, means CPD. So you can download your certificate will be delivered to you within 2 days, 2 working days. And yes, uh, stay connected, and whatever will be the trainings for the teachers, students will be provided on the same. Go and check the description box and you can get connected with me. Okay, thank you.